If you want to be the best, if you want to beat the rest, dedication is what you need. Hello and welcome to Fluffy Gaming. We're here looking at Natural Selection 2. Very exciting because this is like a blast from the past. This team, as I introed the video, must be one of the most dedicated teams to produce a game ever. They started their lives as mod developers for Half-Life 1. Natural Selection was released in 2002, which was towards the end of the Half-Life era. It was quite a late mod in the Half-Life modding scene. And everyone was quite worried that they wouldn't see Natural Selection anymore after the Source Engine came out. And then there was a lot of rumour going around that they were going to port Natural Selection to the Source Engine, and that was all very exciting. That oh yeah, they can just do it. They can just port it across. Valve had given the tools to make it really easy to port the game and bring all the resources across from the old Half-Life mods. But they didn't do it. They decided not to. So off they went. Natural Selection 2 was announced. Everyone got very excited about that. Not sure what engine it was coming out on, but we were all very excited. And then suddenly it all went quiet a bit more. And then they announced that they were actually releasing their own graphical engine, which was a big leap, or jump, as you could say. Remembering that this company started as a Half-Life 1 modding community and ended up making their own engine is kind of amazing. And that was in 2008, I think. And then since then we've had snippets and teasers semi-regularly promoting and pushing the idea that the game is coming out at some point in the future, and everyone gets excited around these again and again. In 2010 it was released into closed beta. Again, it's just a long time ago. I mean, this is like 2 years ago now. And the game has just been progressing and developing and maturing over that amount of time. So Natural Selection kind of broke the rules for the kind of genres that it was put into, I suppose. It was a first-person shooter, but it was also an RTS, and it was also a first-person biter, I suppose is what you could call it. The Marines are obviously gun and technology-based. They have a commander who sits in a command pod and commands the team to waypoints like a real-time strategy commander would. The only problem with Natural Selection in that sense is that the units that you're commanding don't necessarily have to respond to your commands, so that can cause problems, and the Marines will get destroyed if that isn't, if they're not working as a team. On the Marine side itself, you've got different types of Marines, which I'll go over in different videos, but you'll have different roles to play, and each of those roles help the commander as you progress through the system, through the map, which you're trying to overtake and destroy the infection in the area. The infection being the aliens, of course. And on the other side, the aliens are spawning from their hive section. They've got different classes, and it's all about spreading the infection to take over the map. And some aliens can shoot, but mostly it's about chewing, biting, leaping, savaging, and using your bile and acid spits and things. Regular alien type activities. They come down, they spit on you, you melt, that kind of stuff. So yeah, the game was amazing and completely groundbreaking in that sense, and actually quite complicated. So getting into the game could be quite a challenge, as to say, because it was so different. No one really knew what to do, and you went to play the aliens, and you felt very vulnerable because obviously a few shots and you were dead. Especially as a skulk, which is some kind of ninja rat with big teeth. And then as the Marines, you felt very vulnerable because you couldn't see bugger all in this dark corridor, and these damn skulks were so small and fast that you couldn't actually shoot them, and then you just died because you couldn't shoot them. So it's interesting to see the two sides of the argument, where you had people complaining about the skulks being overpowered and the Marines being overpowered, depending on how good either team were. So yeah, it was a brilliantly balanced game, and because of the differences in sides, the gameplay was very different. It wasn't like the aliens were completely the same as the Marines, and it was a completely different game experience on either side, and that must have been hard to balance, because obviously you've got what what can you do against a gun and how can you take this guy down, and therefore the maps themselves played a big role because of the way the Skulk, for example, runs up walls and things like that and hides, and the ventilation systems that were in Natural Selection that you could run in and scuttle through as a Skulk and take refuge in if you were under fire. The aliens have an evolution system, and the Marines have a technological upgrade system where you can upgrade where the commander can put in upgrades, and it's just really, really nicely thought out. Really nicely thought out. So guys, thanks very much for watching. If you want to see more videos on Natural Selection 2, please subscribe to be notified that we're going to be putting them out in the next few days. Please like and comment and tell us if you were involved in Natural Selection and if you're excited about this new release and what you're looking forward to most about Natural Selection 2. Thanks again guys, and we'll see you again soon.